So in 2017, we actually did a vibration test in the Model S with air suspension mine versus coil suspension on David's. Now we are actually going to do that same vibration test, same app, same everything, with a Model 3. So we were graciously loaned a Model 3, and that is what we did. You'll leave links in the description if you want to rent it on Turo. It's actually there for people here in Colorado. But what we're going to do is use the same app. We're going to do the same runs again with the same cars, same day, same everything, so that we can get accurate readings. The Model 3, we did have to actually place it on the center console. So we're going to kind of revamp where we put this. Originally it was on the dash, but we're probably going to go ahead and sit it right here in the middle of the car on the center console, so it is most like the Model 3. And actually these center consoles don't wobble at all. They're really in there, so shouldn't affect any of our readings. It'll be interesting to see what the Model 3 is like David's with coil, mine with air, or is it going to be better or worse than both of them? So we're going to go ahead and collect all of these results, and then we'll report back in just a second. Okay, so it has been a little while since I filmed this. Admittedly, took some time to go through everything, and honestly, there's just been a lot going on. But anyway, I really wanted to get to this video because a lot of you are still asking me about this. So here it is. Here's the data. Here's the collection in this beautiful cluster of what is to be. But I kind of want to go over that with you, and let's talk about it a little bit and see what exactly it is. Okay, so this is everything. Over here we have all our data, and actually there are, let's scroll down, 3,021 data points. So that's quite a significant number. But let's talk about this, because this is what really matters. So here you can see blue is going to be the Model 3, orange is going to be the Model S coil suspension, and gray is going to be the Model S air suspension. So they didn't line up exactly like I had wanted them to, but still pretty darn good all things considered. But let's go ahead and start down here in the first bump in the road. So here you can kind of see everything is pretty normal there. Everything is pretty in line. But here's where it starts to get a little interesting. So right here, you can see we peaked with the Model 3 and the Model S with coil suspension, pretty darn close. But right here was the peak for the Model S with air suspension. And overall, I would say air suspension was definitely lower. If we were to overlay all these, it would certainly be lower. Model 3 did have that one peak way up here, so that is one thing to keep in mind. Then moving right along, we have another issue in the road right about here. So again, up here we have Model S with coil suspension. It peaked pretty darn high. Which down lower, right here, we have our Model 3 peak, and then here is our Model S with air suspension peak. So overall, that's what it looks like. Here, I did put in our trend line, so that is something great to see. You can actually see our Model S with Coil was worse than the Model 3, which is very faint. I apologize for that, but it is right there. So here I have something extra I threw together real quick, and it is just a very quick representation of the averages over the test, which are 3,021 data points for each car. So you have to take it with a little grain of salt because it's averaging out everything, but the drives were very similar. I've gone over the footage several times, so I feel very comfortable with this data actually. So the Model 3 was the lowest, as you can see right here. And then the next up, we actually have the Model S with air suspension right here, which was 8% higher. Then in the middle here, we have the Model S with coil suspension, and that was 52% higher than the Model 3. So a lot higher. I definitely think the Model 3 suspension is on point. This is one of the Model 3s that was built and delivered post the new suspension. So I don't have a Model 3 with the first suspension to try out, but I heard it was a lot rougher. The newer suspension is definitely softer. So if you are one of the early Model 3 buyers and have had issues or aren't happy with your suspension, definitely ask your service center if you have the older or the newer softer suspension. My opinion, based on all the data I have, the newer softer suspension is the way to go because it's basically probably the same as a Model S with air suspension, but it has coil. This test was with a Model 3 with the standard aero wheels. We did not have the 19-inch sport ones to test out, so I have a feeling that would definitely have an effect on it too. And as far as everything else goes, both Model S's had the stock tires that they come with, 19-inch, so that was kind of put out between the two cars. Hopefully that helps you guys decide a little bit more what you prefer. But I definitely think Model 3 suspension on point, which is great to see. I'm really glad the data worked out this way. I was kind of nervous before I looked at it. I haven't really been in a lot of Model 3s to really say how soft and smooth it was. The Model S, we definitely knew that the air was softer riding than the coil due to previous tests we had done. I'll go ahead and link that up in the iCard if you want to check that out. But it is great to see that the Model 3 is right on par with actually a Model S with air suspension. I can't wait to see what a Model 3 with air suspension can do. It should be great. That's basically it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to drop a thumbs up down below and drop a comment if you would like. If you are looking for a Tesla, definitely check out our website, teslainventory.com. And if you're looking for a newer inventory Tesla Model S or X, feel free to use our referral code. It's down in the description below and at the top of our website. You'll actually get free supercharging for using that code, so it is a wonderful perk. And if you do use it, definitely go to our website and fill out the form so we have your contact information, so when we take delivery of our next-gen Roadster, we can invite you guys out, experience the delivery, do test rides, test drives, everything. Because really without your support, none of this would be possible, so I can't thank you guys enough. But as always, thumbs up, go ahead and click here to subscribe, here for some other videos, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.